Codebreaker Real Talk with Chad Cooper. How's everyone doing? We're on our way to Bisbee. So I don't know if this is gonna flip. I'm gonna have to flip it. Flip it's upside down. Oh wow. So Chad introduced me to Ivan Teller about a month ago, and I watched 3 of his videos so far, and so far so good. He channels things for the Super Soldier program, and I'm gonna have him on my show. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Ivan. Arizona Mountain Standard Time. Have a stand. Bear with us.
Yeah, I'm excited about this show on Sunday too, because for me it's 2 of my mentors.
Oh, thank you.
Coming together. They're also two of the most shadow banned people, believe it or not, on the internet.
Yep.
I know how to pick them.
Sure do.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to reach out to Ivan for a couple months, just financially and otherwise. So I'm looking forward to you getting to do that interview with him. And I'm hoping you guys get to talk a lot about the Super Space program. I think he's going to the Super Space meeting or some kind of conference coming up.
Okay, so I just learned about that conference yesterday, you said? So there's a Super Soldier conference? Where?
I'm not sure.
Well,
but
the one in Las Vegas that I went to last year was...
Yeah, I don't think it's that one.
Last year it was March in Vegas.
Oh, it might be then.
So maybe it's in Vegas again.
So I'd like for you guys to talk.
I haven't been invited though.
No.
That's all right by me.
And maybe you guys should talk about why you haven't been invited.
Oh, wow.
He's very aware of what you're aware of, and that there's triple agents within the community, and we just need to play our game or watch our chess game on multi-dimensional levels, or multiple levels there.
Right.
And he's right on board with that. He has a different theory, though. He thinks that the space program has been around for eternity.
I think so too. I don't think it started in the 40s with the Nazis.
Right.
I don't think so.
Right.
Because come on,
So
if
that's what
if technology has been around since before Sumerian times, and the med beds have been around in Atlantean times before that, if you read the Terra papers, anyway, if you're interested in taking my bloodlines class, let me know, because I'm not going to talk about it right now, but thank you. What I wanted to also focus on is the energies that have been happening lately. So 3 other SSP starseeds were supposed to come down here in Tucson, but one of them was targeted, and 2 of them were targeted, and one was, she couldn't get away because of her job. But anyway, I last night apparently had a nightmare that I don't remember, but I had to be woken up. I don't remember. I do remember chatting it. I'm gonna remote you later. But the person who woke me up said that I was screaming as if somebody was stabbing me on the side here. He pointed to.
I have scratches on my side. I don't know where they came from.
Oh wow.
That's so weird. Yeah.
Hola.
And I'm like, why are they on my side? And I was going to ask you to look at it, and I thought, no, I walked past a rose bush. I walked past something that scratched me, but it doesn't feel like a scratch, and I'm trying to figure out if they're scars or scratches.
Because I woke up with this bruise.
Oh, interesting.
And I don't know.
But my scratches were when I went to bed last night, too, so...
That's crazy.
So whatever happened to you might have
I'm
happened.
Traveler 1800 from Andromeda, and Chad is also a traveler. He's traveled with me. He has a brown case, and I have a black case, which is weird because I still have my black suitcase from the agency.
That's weird because I like them suit. Yeah, okay, that's weird.
Physically, it's in my place. I still have it. So we time traveled through that case is actually also goes into a computer.
Oh, Veronica, check your hair. Is that what I use as a code word
yes,
for
so
that?
check your hair. Anytime he says, Veronica, check your hair, I have to look and I have to find a mirror to check my hair, and then that's when we go through time travel. All right, so my family has been attacked, targeted. I've been severely targeted through the family via V2K, via all those agencies. Two of my exes that showed up and smelled like sour. She said,
Like what?
sour. I think it was sour. The other one as well. There was reptilians in her astro. Last night I had that. I'm really tired. I think I only had like 2 hours
Okay,
and a half
now,
of sleep.
now reptilians are usually sulfur. Is sour going to be like a plasma being that's pretending to be reptilian, or because I heard that sometimes
It could be both.
that there's a
Could
lot
be
of
both.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of
because
trickery
they
or
have
tricksters.
the-
I wonder.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, they have the technology to trick us. I mean, they have the technology to say, "Oh, I saw a gray." Really? Well, it's actually a spacesuit, but they use technology to cloak it, and it's actually an agent. You know. And then they put my one of my family members there all the time in my dreams, like my mother. And they put keep going. It's gonna be. Oh crap! Wait, we didn't put the GPS on.
Okay. Go ahead and keep talking.
Bisbee is actually that way.
That's all right. We're taking
We're going
We're
south.
taking the scenic
We're
route.
going to Mexico. We need bail money now.
Are we in Mexico?
Are we in Mexico City, man? Yeah, we gotta go more. Yeah. So.
You know, and it goes into the programming too, because I know specifically I was raised by somebody in this program that was
Hi, Judy. Judy wasn't feeling well yesterday and this morning,
Yeah.
so she was
Hi,
supposed to be with
Judy.
us. Hi, Judy.
she was one of the dangerous liaisons, as I put it in that movie. She was the head spider. And she
Your stepmom, I see her
she
like
raised
that
me, like, I love her, but she raised me with boxing gloves and abused me that way. But it was a mental game throughout my whole life that trained me well.
I remote viewed you when she would leave you alone
Yeah.
in your room, and at first you would cry and get mad, and then you just got used to it, and you're like,
Oh yeah. After weeks of it, it's
like whatever.
after weeks of it, you just want to crawl out of your own skin, though.
I know.
Just like
So
you can't get off, and you just can't do anything, and there's no books and there's no toys. You know, those little games. But that was also making it convenient for them to take me. Now, of course,
Yes.
they were using her behind the scenes to get me into that position, right?
yes,
And my father too. So they're doing the same thing with you right now with your family.
yeah.
They already have pre-programs in them, and now they're just getting with them in the astral or whatever, and setting off those programs.
Right. They just want me to shut up. and
Because
I'm
the
gonna-
same games they're playing with you, I just have to
Yeah.
shake my head. They play them with me. My family doesn't realize why I get upset, and it's because I see them play those games, make those little digs,
Yes, and
and that
yeah.
one-upmanship thing that
Hola,
they like
Jay
to
Walker.
do. So
Hola, Chula.
yeah.
Yeah, that we were talking earlier about the Stockholm syndrome, and I was so upset right now because what
We're
they
getting
actually
passed by a
did.
semi. That's how.
Yeah, I think you
Bad
can
at
pull
driving.
over anywhere here in Green, and we're not gonna say where.
That's how bad I'm
10,
driving.
yeah.
The semi is like
What's your
looking
20?
at the heck
What's your
where I'm
location?
at.
Yeah, so the Stockholm syndrome. Okay, what it happens in the 3D here too. Okay, and it bleeds all the dimensions. They have to fragment us.
That's
They
a
have to
fucker.
hurt us in all dimensions, okay, to block the memory, MIB, because Chad has been having a hard time remembering,
Yeah,
but he will,
I
because
will.
every personality, every avatar, every person that they break us into, every clone that we have has to be tortured the same way, so that way us in the human, form here in the 3D, in this suit, this skin suit, they provide that block. They don't want us to remember. And that's why, thank you, that's why we get those baby Jabberwocky since we're little tiny babies, because it has those little tiny chips in there, and then inside that chip, I shared that picture that you sent to me yesterday on Instagram. On Instagram.
That ship, that mini
That
ship,
ship that's
that
inside?
microscopic ship.
It's a ship, but it's also a city.
It's a city.
So that's
yeah.
how they hack us, and that's how they try and stop us from remembering by giving us
You
those.
just keep talking. I'm gonna take your.
Yeah, like the rubella shot, and oh, you need the polio shot, and oh, you need the chickenpox shot and shot. So all of those are nanites that are through plasmoid. When I was 3 years old, according to Peter the Insider, I was being taken, and I have the memories and they started injecting me with those plasmoids, which had those nanites in it. So, Stockholm Syndrome. When I was abused by my mother here, we had to still love her even after. We still had to give her a kiss. We still had to, even though she dragged our hair on the floor, our head, whatever, our bodies. We had to still love her. And what they do in the programs, I figured out. I mean, I knew it before, but it just kind of like made sense.
Then turn left onto West Duval Mine Road.
So, in the programs as well as here in the, just trying to tell them.
You're
Really, really important. Okay, good. Okay, so we hate them. We start hating our abusers, right? But then they put us in the same situation where we have to love them back. After they have hurt you, physically raped you, whatever they do have to do, drown you, whatever. If you
Stop. Keep going.
okay, it's reconnected. That's why women are abused. More so women. Men do too in relationships. We're going to talk about relationships now. Why do the men or women keep going back to their abuser? That keeps the victims going back to the abusers. And now I understand why. Because they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
They did it on purpose to break us.
I have an affinity for my stepmother, and people have accused me of Stockholm Syndrome with that as well. It's a respect thing, too. It goes a little deeper. I mean, what is Stockholm Syndrome in relation versus a draconian or a reptilian relationship? Because I'm pretty sure intimacy to them is rape, and everything is just about love or obsession. I mean, that's kind of the way they do things, I think. Maybe,
yes, it's love, obsession,
so
and then
not the way we do things.
right,
but,
and then they have Hollywood with this music, especially especially the Mexican music. It's like it's like, okay, I love you. I don't care if you abuse me in the song, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if you're married. I'm gonna go and still see you.
Oh, horrible things too. There's a song they play every single night over and over where I work, and exact same lyrics, exactly that. I don't care if you cheat on me 1,000,000 times. I'm always gonna take you back. I don't care if you do this or that. It's like, I don't care if you lie to me. I don't care if you.
What for
I'll
you?
take you back. It's the worst song
I'll
ever.
take a grenade for you.
Oh,
Really?
there's that one too. Yeah.
Bruno Mars,
Yep,
dude. Seriously. So anyway, who's that? Who's up? Oh, it's Julie. Yeah. So, yeah. It's amazing how you have to be true to yourself. You have to be true to your heart. How you have to not let that little girl or little boy in your heart, yourself, be abused and go back to the same person. And you cannot expect that person that you're dating to solve your problems, yo. They're not your dump. They're not your psychiatrists. They're not your marriage counselors. You're taking baggage into the relationship, dude, that it's not his or her problem. Your past is none of their business. If you don't want to tell them, don't tell them. But if you tell them, then you better, you got, I don't know.
So for example, like they have me so down and out right now. Let's say I'm in a place with not even running water. All right. So if somebody walks up to me, turnkey, wanting a relationship, plug in, here's your home and your furniture and everything, that's going to be highly suspicious to me. I have to, and I made it very clear to my team, you're finding me a route where I do it myself, and then you can have that person walk into my life. But you're not sending somebody turnkey. I'm going to be reduced to that. Right?
I'm glad you mentioned that.
And it's because the whole thing, I'm not looking for my other half here. I'm looking for another partner. I'm looking for something else. And even, I used to think, like when I was a waiter and stuff, even though I worked for the top chefs in this country, it was like, who in the hell would date a waiter? If somebody asked me out, I'm like,
Why do you say that? Why would anybody want to date a waiter? Why do you say that? Because they meet people left and right, or what? Like
it was my position in life. Like I didn't feel like that was an accomplished position. So why would somebody want to date me? You know,
Oh,
there's
I
something
see.
wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like they should be wanting to date somebody that's more established, that
Okay,
has
there
their
you
stuff more
go.
together. Why
There
are you
you
looking
go.
for somebody
Yep.
so broken like me?
Right,
You know, like,
right.
no.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because, so when you start a new relationship, what ends up
I gotta
happening, we
turn
missed
around.
it. It's okay. We start a new relationship and then, okay, you be washing dishes and stuff and then a voice says, oh, he's going to leave you next week. Or, oh, he's going to cheat on you. Or,
I always see the timeline though.
I do too.
I always know it before. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see where it's
So-
going to end or not. I'm like, yep.
So it's like, all right.
There's a couple.
So either you see the timelines and you're like, you know what, I'm not even going to continue with this relationship. It's not worth it. You see the red flags as well, excuse me. Or you know what, you say, okay, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to go all the way. I'm not going to let these voices get to me.
I'm just gonna flip around.
Yeah, and the voices, I have to use a beanie hat. It's by Lamb, EMF, lessemf.com, which I'm not affiliated by them, but my idea of having t-shirts that have the EMF protection, man, if anybody wants to help me out with that, that's not going to infiltrate me, that'd be awesome.
If anybody would like to help her out, I do have some things picked out. There's the
Aww.
X-ray vest for you and Bob and everybody
Yes,
else.
I
but,
want an X-ray vest so I can sleep, and the
yeah.
hat, that way I can sleep with the lead.
There's like a $500 one though. It's the nicer one. I like that one, you know.
that
But
one's nice.
but it has the lead and
And the
everything that
gloves.
protects the chest. Yeah, and then there's the hood thing that you need.
Yeah.
Um,
So for now, thank you, Chad. So for now, I'm just using my beanie hat, and as soon as I put it on, 5 minutes later, I can feel it. Like not even 5, maybe 3 minutes later, because I have to calm down myself, and I have to be aware if I'm still using my telephone, you know, the cell phone, and I use a lot of shungite. That's what we were talking about yesterday with Judy and you the other day. If there's one crystal that you would choose, what would it be? It would be shungite, baby.
okay,
What
so
about
hear
you?
this. Yeah. Shungite for sure. So the silver inside the clothes is damaging they're claiming it's damaging the environment when you wash your clothes. It's going into the environment so that it's actually toxic to the environment or whatever.
But
The
we need that,
shungite,
and we
I know,
need
but
the
what about the
nickel.
shungite? Is there a way to put shungite into our clothes or
Yeah.
some kind of shungite?
I have a bunch of shungite that from Russia that is like in little tiny pieces, and then what I can do is
That
just
would
like
be,
put
that would
it.
be fun to invent.
Yeah. Idea. Ding 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 ding.
Instead of the silver, the shungite in there.
Silver,
Because they were talking
shungite.
about putting that in the paint instead of the lead, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That shungite powder.
We got me some shungite gunpowder. Hey, so speaking of these energies, man, seriously, like, have a bug out bag. Because maybe you're living with somebody that got the baby Jabberwocky and they're going crazy. They're gonna and they might say you got to get out of here because they're going crazy.
I think I haven't
Their
even called out the
personality
portals right now. There's a 12th,
Oh,
the
yeah.
13th, and the 15th or something portals.
Yeah, it's happening right now.
The
I
next
feel
big
it.
thing is supposed to be going on, so
Yeah. Oh, when we went to San Javier Mission, Judy, Chad, and I said, you know what? Let's get around in this circle. San Javier Mission. You guys can look it up. It's in Tucson, Arizona.
we all had our visions too that came to us.
Yeah. And
Mine was Native American
Yeah.
visited me. I could tell by the patterning.
they have Native American. It's Tohono O'odham. Primarily. So
You
when
rescued
these
the kids underground too.
Yeah, so what I did was I went into the church. They wanted us to wear a a cover,
Judy
and we're like,
left.
we're not gonna. No, Judy couldn't go into the church. She's like, forget this, bleeding Jesus here. They had a statue of bleeding Jesus, and Jad and I were just talking
She got
that
the heck out of
yeah,
it.
she's like, I'm out of here. That they channel a certain entities together, and they'll choose certain saints or certain pieces placed in the church somehow. So when I went in, people were just, did you see that? They were just staring at me
Yes,
like,
they
who
were.
the heck is she? People were praying, they stopped praying. And I walked in there. Ooh, and I called all the helpers, and I'm like, okay, guys.
We weren't wearing masks either.
And we weren't wearing masks. And I told the children, cleared the energy, and I lit a candle. And while I lit it, I said, okay, kids that are stuck under the dumps or wherever, dimensions, Jupiter, Mars, wherever, get ready, because this is going to be your time to go get help. I just told them, this was 2 days ago, the code word was go get help to the children. Go to those that, because what happens is some people that they do, hold the children, they actually become friends of theirs. Like the Draco, sometimes they're, instead of being mean, they'll be good to you and they'll help you to get out of situations. Even here, they can shapeshift and 5 minutes, whatever they need to help you, to give you a word.
Isn't it? Yeah. That's interesting.
So then when I went to go light
There are no good guys. There are no bad guys.
There are no good guys and there are no bad guys and there are no white, red, and blue pill and all that crap.
No.
People say, oh, take the red and the blue pill at the same time. I'm like, dude, I'm
There are no
already at the
sides.
purple pill. Just kidding. I already drank all of them. It's like, it's a purple pill. No. Inside joke from Just Go With It with Jennifer Aniston. Oh, the pills. It's the pills, she says. That's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. So then we went to the other little chapel. Woo, there's a lot of energy there too. And then I just channeled something. I used my tongues, my speaking in tongues gift.
And then we went into Your Friend's store, the medicine store, and we got cleansed immediately walking through. Just all that energy just went.
Right.
Yeah.
And before that, I channeled and then I told you guys, okay, well, this is
Polar
what they
opposites.
said.
It was like yin and yang on there. Do you see that now in your head? The two, the buildings, his stores, and those.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, real quick, they said it was the collective of the beings that are there at the San Javier Church, and they told me. Basically, they said, I know you want to help everybody to awaken, to know their mission, to remember their memories if they were using these programs, or remember who they were as star beings, their past lives. I know you want people to stop watching the fake news. I know you want people to just find who they are and forgive themselves and unmask their souls, right? Unmask their faces. But they told me some of them won't. Some of them don't need to be spoon-fed. They need to find out on their own, and it might take longer. It might be another timeline, or they might have to come back. So
I told you yesterday, I've surgically removed. I've gone to do my Dex thing and
please
sliced
tell
through.
them how you did that. We were having a conversation about how
I don't use a
Dexter wraps
scalpel.
people.
Yeah,
first.
I'll bind you. I'll hold you. I pin you down, and then I just start slicing away with questions and intellect and getting to the point. But who are you talking about?
How you are able. You wrote a song spell. You okay?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And of course, he still has to.
And Veronica's gonna sing it.
He wants me to sing it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But the spell is very, 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 very potent, very powerful, very like. So basically, he ties you down, inspects you, slices you.
But I've done this to the others. Like I've said, I've cornered them, and what you get is they just pop out. It's like squeezing a watermelon seed too hard. It'll squeeze right out and pop out or something, because they'll say, I don't care. How about this? I don't care. You can corner them with all the facts. When they're not ready to listen, they're not ready to listen. You know, to me, and true intelligence is not the intellect. You know, it doesn't matter how much you can remember and how much they can stack on your shelves. It's being able to see through the information and realize and decipher it, and also also to be able to outthink your own belief system.
Yes, we are geniuses, Chad. I was telling you, we are geniuses. That's why they're scared of us, because we can code break anything.
So
like
we
that.
can outthink our belief systems, but these others cannot.
He asked me, Chad asked me yesterday, can you,
Little
what did
steps.
you ask me? You said, basically, if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit it.
Yeah.
But some people won't.
Did he let us through? Because I
Yeah,
just
he
drove through great.
They're just waiting for that guy to cross.
I'm not driving real well, y'all.
But the GPS is on, right?
Yes.
Thank you. So he asked me, because I'm constantly figuring things out. Some of us are code breakers, and some of us that are real super soldiers have the physique here as a badass super soldier. okay? Military. Don't give me excuses that you cannot stay up 24, 48 hours and still do your mission, and you can't lose weight because you can't stop eating, because you can't control yourself. Don't use the excuse that I don't know, I lost it. I'm getting upset. Don't tell me that you're a secret space super soldier.
Well, there's
And
also
you're-
different breeds of us too. Remember what
and
they were
you're-
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's the mean girls, and there's the mean boys. And then there's ornery ones that were just ornery to be ornery. We know who they were. And then there's the others that just knew how to somehow magically play this game. and
It's magically delicious, they said.
just sort of through, because like you said, no fakies.
No fakies, guys.
But we did it somehow because of,
Yes. And that's how you unmask your soul and unchain your hearts. Everybody asks me, how did you do it, Veronica? How did you?
okay. And I'm sure, and not all in ways that we're proud of. Like I said,
No.
I used my sister as the raft one time to get out of a situation. It's like you're the more stupid one. So I'm
See,
gonna,
what I want to be.
you're now my safety raft. I'm gonna surf you down these whitewater raft. Those are moments we're not proud of, right?
Right.
And I think even maybe others have pointed out that you have an altar, perhaps that has not always been nice.
Right.
Right.
I have several.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've asked for justice before. That's the one thing I do ask for on a daily basis. I want my day in court with
Yes.
everyone, including myself. I
Yeah.
want all of myselves up there in this court, so that there could
Me
be,
too.
yeah, so we can just clear our slate. You know,
Yes.
the bad ones and the good ones, because the bad ones are attacking me, or at least was. I think they broke the rules and got spanked for it. Because I would call that out.
Yeah.
We have satiated rights. I've started commanding.
Yeah.
I've been commanding. Commanding a lot, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like what Iden says too. Our guides don't always know what's best for us. You know, they're figuring
Yeah.
it out as well. And most of the celestials out there don't know what's.
You know why
best for
why
us,
they're
so,
figuring it out? Because what
yeah.
I was talking about earlier when I first started, because that chip or that technology, chips in plural, we have a bunch of implants. I have one here on my left shoulder, my left leg, my left foot, my eye. We
my
have
scratch
those.
has a little red dot on it too. I want you to
Oh,
check out.
shoot.
So I just want you to see, because I think it is legitimately a scratch, but
Okay, I still
can't
haven't
tell.
checked to see if I have scratches, but about what happened last night. We were taken. Chad and I were taken. So he
I don't
was
remember
in my
anything.
memory. He doesn't remember anything. I don't remember anything. All I know is that my boyfriend woke me up.
But I had scratches before, but that they were from the day before, so
Okay.
I don't remember
It
the day
doesn't matter
before
if
either.
it's-
That's
like,
not like
say-
you to go to sleep and not remember.
Right,
I woke
exactly.
up like I came out of a coma, but
Right, time doesn't exist here. So if you have, okay, so if I go on the astral and then, or we're taken at different times and dates, it's a bleed through. You still have the scratches. You still have, and all of a sudden it's like, where did I get this? Where did I get that? Even though your experience was yesterday or mine was today or the next day, it's still the same timeline over there. It's another realm. Okay. So I was telling Chad yesterday that I feel that they need us here. They will just be general they. In order to feed this reality here, they need the gravity, they need the chaos, they need the loose, and they need the matrices. So how do they do it? They use us in the astral. What we do in the astral is very, very, very important, because that's going to be the outcome here. That's why I tell you guys, if you have a nightmare or a bad dream, or if you're trying to remote view something from the past that you know you need to, you'll remember. Like somehow, all of your altars at the same time, they're trying to figure things out because they've also been programmed in certain things. Does that make sense?
yeah. I think about that too. They're not as aware of we'd like to think. I think they're all tuned into me all the time.
Like 12 dimensions. Think of yourself as 12 dimensions and you're the 13th. You're the real one. Okay?
yeah.
So think of all your 12 altars, and of course we in the programs have more, but the average human is 12 dimensions.
Okay, I've heard a couple of references to the space program now. I've heard Ivan call it 5D sometimes. I've heard someone else say it's all in the 3D, here in the physical 3D. Then I've also heard that same person say that there's a process that you go through when they take you, or that bumps you up, that accelerates you into the 5D, and that there's a withdrawal from that where you just freeze and you're
Yeah, that's when we sit in those
are
chairs.
it's both in the 5D and 3D. I
Yes.
mean, what is it? Because I'm hearing them say both things, so I don't know. Is it?
And there's many more.
I'm getting a sense mine are in the 5D.
But every dimension has something different programmed. The higher you go in the dimensions and stuff, right? That's how you know you're a real angel or more. That's how you know that you were using the programs. Because every level, every dimension that you go up, you still kick ass. And you still are good to yourself. And you still won't lie about shit that they want you to lie. You still will not sell your soul.
Angels or okay, so
but we're higher than the angels. We're stars and all that stuff.
Jesse Zavato, somebody with Izzy, okay, that I listened to, someone, and talking about the Nephilim,
yeah.
I think, the fallen angels had intimacy, even though they hated the humans, they had intimacy with the women, because and she suspected it was because they still had lust in them. So the lust is what drove them to have sex with the human, even though they didn't like the human. So angels, or are we half breeds, or
David Walker says yes.
So
Hola, David.
I don't know.
He says yes. So what was the question again, guys? That way they can hear.
Are we angels, or are we this product of this fallen angel having?
We're angels.
Okay.
We are angels.
So we're not the
and
fallen.
higher. We're higher than the angels, guys. We're higher than the 12th, 13th gate. We're higher than all the gates here.
I would like to say too that I've never heard an angel ever say that we're not higher than them. I've only heard them say we're everything that they are.
Because they're jealous. Because
no,
in the Bible,
I've only heard them say we are everything they are.
Oh, good. I thought
I've only heard them. No.
I was like,
people are harsh on the angels and say they're not any more powerful. I've never heard them say anything otherwise. I've only heard them encourage us.
Some angels are here to help us. Yeah. Some angels are here to help us. Yes. Some angels are actually could be a twin soul of ours.
So this Nephilim, or whatever they're talking about, this is the Illuminati. I'm assuming this is the bloodline they're protecting.
They have to protect the Nephilim. They have to protect the Leviathan races that Ashiana Dean talks about.
Okay. Let's
get into that. I know you really, really like the breakdown and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I sent you a picture last night of it starts with an O, but it's a reptilian that has the horns that go around.
T'Challa?
That's what Credo was talking about. It's on my iPad here, but
yeah, about the I being in the middle and then the two here.
The Omadron or the Omadron. They're two different names, but I think they're talking about the same reptiles. And I think
Odedicron.
Odedicron, yeah, there you go.
So those are the Odedicron guys.
And Credo overlap, I think, and I wanted to narrow in on that, but I think okay.
And then so those are the Odedicrons, because everybody's fighting. These species are fighting. Well, who was here first? Who was here first on Earth? Credo talks about his name.
Mutwa.
Credo Mutwa. Yeah, that video I was talking about the other day. They're the ones that are the hunters of the grays. And yesterday, Chad and I were talking about why does he a skin under that's pink, right?
Two skins, yeah.
And that they have a fish soul.
Fish body.
Fish body, okay?
It's like the host. It's kind of like their gray suit is their gray body is a suit that goes around this.
Right. And we were talking about that spider being. Well, it's actually like an octopus being that's in our spine, and it's like, who are we really? We have the bioluminescence, which is us. They captured our essence, and then they put this spine thing, this octopus in our spine, and the triangle back here, right?
On some people, yeah. There's that one time that they were talking about with the, I think Peter the Insider. They're talking about the parallel secret space program that is coming through on T3s, and then he said B's and G's. I don't know.
Those are the parasites. Those are the new.
But it
beings.
activates you.
Yeah.
this thing, it activates you, and he saw himself in there doing it, and especially with the Ukraine and stuff. These are the timelines I think that are happening,
Some of us are still in Ukraine through the Kruger program.
that are
We haven't come back yet.
possibly happening right now, because I think everybody's tuning into them. Are they going to happen, or are they just seeing things that are passing by, as they go by?
Well, I saw it go by like a simulation, because I had a memory
That's what I feel.
in 2017 about this timeline now, and I didn't know until this timeline started, right? Because they're not going to let you remember everything at the same, like, they want you to do your work too. So there were these I was a soldier, and I saw these other soldiers come in their khakis and stuff. They had the hat, their special headgear with the light, right, with the scope, and then at the same time they held up, and this was verified by Peter the Insider. He says, you're right. So they had like a little camera here in front of them, like a for their inocular thing, like a VR, virtual reality. And what I saw was these visions were coming through from the sky, from the drones in the sky, through that little mini computer to them. Okay, so when I told Peter the Insider there was a bunch of them coming, the military soldiers, he said, yeah, that, and I said, it's a simulation, Peter. He said, yeah, because they're being sent out these visions, these not visions, but pictures in their mind. So they want a war.
Color that distorted a lot of different things.
Yeah, they want a war.
Okay, this is interesting too. Well, no, I don't want to go there right now.
I know. We will talk about it though.
I'm going to talk about it after this with you privately.
Okay.
Because it's naming names. I don't want to do that right
Yeah, I
now, and
know.
their information. I don't want to do that.
But yeah, I'm gonna have Ivan Teller, and look I got Gateway to Fifth Dimension Book 1, and Chad gifted it to me. So I get to read it and ask Ivan some questions. I can't
He has a
wait.
new book too, and he also has his oracle cards that I want you to.
I
Yeah,
can't wait.
he's
I
got
hope
oracle
Chad
cards, so-
can help me write my book, because I'm like books.
And I'm
'cause
telling
it's
you, this
like-
lady's amazing with oracle cards. So
Thank you. What else is new, guys?
Wow.
What are you guys doing? We're on our way to Bisbee. We're gonna go F up some energies over there. It's all about
Oh, yes.
Mother Earth is breaking right now, guys. It's breaking right now. So why? Okay, a lot of things. Jabberwockies, the graphene oxide and stuff, they're becoming monsters. They're becoming more alcoholic than ever.
Yeah.
They're drinking more, and they're becoming crazy. Like literally, I've seen their faces change, their whole attitude. It's like, then they start picking at you. They start blaming you for stuff.
Especially
they start
the ones that are continuing with the follow-ups. I think some of the starseeds are working out. Like I noticed in my families. I don't know. It's an ebb and flow. They make progress, and then I see it close up around them. So.
Yeah, so right now you guys have to
Getting
get
angrier
bug
and
out
stuff.
bags, radios, whatever you guys can, in case
Okay.
if you're living with someone that goes bonkers, that goes around the bend, like with the baby Jabberwocky, with the boost, those injections.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see them change. So if your wife that you married 25 years ago is not the same all of a sudden, bail, baby.
and this has always been my plan to, and I've made it very clear to family, like when it happens one day, if this is the thing that's coming up, there's no meeting up with your friends. There's no plan that's going to work out.
That's why we're doing it right now.
There is a beeline straight from where you're at and head to the woods and just go. Yeah.
That's why
Go
you have
back
to have
for
a
your
plan,
little puppy.
Stan.
And then beeline it.
Book it, baby. Seriously.
And those are the ones that are going to survive, and you're going to meet your family and your friends, and you're going to,
So keep working out.
or have meet up places where you can meet up, that sort of thing. But But it's not going to work out the way you have it planned. I don't think it's going to be the
It's-
ones that
yeah,
survive
guys,
that
it's gonna
straight
be
out and
totally different.
yeah, and the technologies they have and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
think we go on that. I don't know. I just don't think we go down that timeline though.
So the war that they want is actually the war that the civil war that they want is actually it's not the civil war. They want the AI time machine war to happen. So the people that are transformers
This is
into
what
these demons, I guess
That's
we
what I
want to say,
talk to you about.
zombies. We're gonna be fighting them, baby, and they might end up in the FEMA camps because they're incontrollable. So remember, I Am Legend with Will Smith.
Yeah, or the bird, or the bird thing with them.
Okay, and why was it that
The bird
slap
cage.
that happened? Why that?
That thing, yeah.
Why that? Why that? Why that? Because right now, what's happening right now? Some people are turning into zombies. Why did it have to take Will Smith to slap the other guy as a distraction? Was it a distraction or was it something coded? Like a slap? What? Why? Why did he slap? Will Smith, he's an I Am Legend. Look at that movie. People turn into zombies and then they turn into like these ugly reptilian beings.
You know what I realized
That eat
last night
people.
too?
Go
I
crazy.
think this has been said before. You know what they did to us? Did you realize Superman, the actor, ended up paraplegic
Yes,
in a
I was
wheelchair?
just telling my friend.
They did that, didn't they?
They did that on
They wanted
purpose.
to disempower us. Like, here's your Superman, but
Yeah.
now look.
Yeah, because if you think that you have superpowers, and once they try and say, oh no, you don't have superpowers, and it's all a cartoon, it's all sci-fi. You've been watching too many sci-fi movies, really? No. So yeah, they well, just like they sacrificed the fake Jesus here that Ashiana Dean talks about, it was not Joshua 12 or 9, right? It was the other guy that they give visions, and then they made the people believe that they crucified Jesus, but the real one didn't die that way. So they did the same thing with Superman. Oh, here's your Superman, like you just said. And so that's a warning to us super soldiers and starseeds.
So the William thing too.
Will Smith?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to intuit into
And Will
that
Smith
because there
is
is
in Men
something
in Black.
going on. Oh, Men in Black. Yeah. I Am Legend. What else?
iRobot.
Yep.
He's also an iRobot. Isn't it amazing how? And then he was. I used to watch him in his comedy show when I was younger, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, it started with the
But
whole.
these are all now clones, so we can't even
Yeah.
think of them as being the same people. I'm pretty sure. Like,
You know,
I don't know if this.
so you do have the GPS thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm thinking the next rest stop, I need to go to the restroom. I am almost done. Thank you, Chad. What was it that you ordered for me? I really liked it.
You're gonna make me say it. The soy latte.
What?
The soy latte.
Soy latte. But there's one that you can order like espresso
boy.
or
You're gonna make
something.
me
Soy boy?
Soy boy.
The lady was telling me, or who was telling me? Judy was telling me about soy, that because I'm going through menopause right now, and I think after you go through menopause, it's okay to eat soy, but not before. There's a whole thing between soy and whey. Men are not supposed to drink soy because their genitals or whatever, something happens to them.
Those Montauk boys in our messed up
Hormone.
junk, huh? Just saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you say
I
soy.
only drink it on occasion, and I just like it in a latte. I never go to Starbucks anyway. I'm
It's
not
really
a coffee
good.
drinker.
I'm a
just on
coffee
vacation,
drinker, so it's my fault.
We're drinking Starbucks.
I usually drink cafe americano, just like no sugar, no nothing.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to do this soy. They say, yeah, that's true.
And we are starseeds and we are mermaids, and yes. And he also kind of looks like an Arab dude.
And this symbology,
Like,
this
look at like the
thing that I keep seeing around.
mermaids, and then
Yeah,
look
and
at
I
how
see
many
this
stars.
symbology in there, like on some of the stuff in these squiggly lines and the way it goes there. And,
Well, they say that this is actually a
in
man.
Arizona,
You can
and-
see an old man or something like that,
Oh.
supposedly. What did you say about Arizona?
Well, kind of like in some of the symbols I see around, like on the bridges and the different things they're using. Oh, or the secret space program emblem, you know, like the one that I showed you before. This one. Like if you look at the sides of her head, you kind of see this.
Yeah, we
this
wore
formation
the
right
we
there.
had to wear the swastika, the ones that were in the program for not loving.
I kind of sense like I see a lot of this symbology here with the wings.
Yeah. Here, there's a lot of that because we're close to the border also. Has the Eagle. There's a listening to before I forget.
Yes.
The Eagle has landed. I've been listening to that voice
Oh wow.
for the past 3 days. The Eagle has landed. So you know what that is, right? The president, supposedly the president's they use that lingo, that code word on the radio when the president's airplane has landed. Okay. So I've been listening to that, tuning into that. I will figure it out because we are geniuses, Chad. When they say shit for brain, you're shit for brain. Does that remind you of Scarecrow and Wizard of Oz?
You're going to talk
You
to
brought
Ivan
that up.
about this, the eagle, because he was mentioning it in an
Oh, really?
episode the other night. Yeah, it's something to do with the eagle beings and why we use that symbology and different things. So he's got something on that, I think. So
Yeah, the Eagle is also part of one of the alien beings that is in charge of the democracy, judiciary branch. I see it that way. I could be wrong, but the Eagle, right? And then they have the Justice, the lady with holding the balance. And the balance is actually
that thing has
the
been
goddesses
tortured.
of love.
The Lady of Justice.
The goddess of love is the one from the gods, the of Egypt movie. Remember?
The goddess of what?
The goddess of love is goes down into the underworld and talks and is having to talk with Anubis, and you know they weigh your heart, they weigh your soul. But anyway, what were you talking about?
I think Lady Justice has been hijacked.
Could it be ISIS? Because why is it that they have
We haven't
the
had justice for a while, so
the lady over there in New York, they have the Statue of Liberty, and it's
yeah.
actually ISIS. Somebody said it's a symbol for
Watch this,
ISIS
something
rule. Why the war in Iraq? Why did they fight in the Gulf War? Why did they give me all those plasma shots? And they messed up my
You know.
back and gave me. Oh, who's this? The Holistic. Hola, Holistic Esthetician. ¿Qué onda? So talking about the Wizard of Oz the other day when you first came down for the meet and greet, someone was saying, because I'm like, you know, I identify with a lion, courage. I needed the courage to speak of how I'm speaking now. I needed the courage to speak as a child, but they do the whole trauma thing. You know, I needed the courage to speak as a married person, and they try and keep you down. So I needed the courage. So I finally got the courage to speak, right? And you were saying something about
the Tin Man for me.
the Tin Man.
Yeah,
He reminds me of the Tin Man. If I only had a heart. So what?
It was Pinocchio, and then it was the Tin Man.
Oh, Pinocchio too.
And
So
then it was Dexter.
Dexter.
Whatever.
I saw Dexter. Oh my god, he's awesome. I know I have nothing to worry about. So Chad was saying that when people say that you don't have this or you don't have that, like say
but
when
wait
people,
a minute, the Scarecrow too.
Yeah, the
We
Scarecrow.
had somebody in there, the Scarecrow. Then we had Dorothy. It's just interesting. You can see these archetypes that they've imposed over or superposed over somehow. That makes me wonder, what is nature and nurture? You know, how much of this is me and how much of this is my programming. I don't want them to read my thoughts, and I don't be able to predict my thinking.
So Chad was saying that when people tell you something is wrong with you, for example, if somebody says, "Oh, you only have shit for brains," excuse my language, that's because you actually have more brains than you didn't know or think.
That's what the Scarecrow person used to get told. Yeah, exactly.
And does have a heart. Chad has a really good heart. So, and I do have courage now. I'm still speaking. Somebody online said that I crashed and burned. Baby, I'm still here. I'm still here. I have
Then
not
there's
crashed
Glinda.
and burned. Huh?
And then we have Galinda that was with us too. The Galinda
Oh, the
archetype.
Glenda, yeah.
How true.
So X-Men. I was trying to describe to someone why I have to use the beanie. Because of the voices that they sent to you through the Wi-Fi, through CIA, through your phone, commercials, memes. That's why I'm not on Facebook or TikTok, because it's just programming and drama. You have to be careful what you listen to, what you see. Magneto wears his helmet, because if he doesn't, the one that owns the school, right, Xavier, goes like this and chops into
I
him.
gotta watch it.
I hear people's voices. I hear people's prayers. I will, if I'm in a store or whatever, I will see what the mom's thinking about the daughter, or it's just overwhelming. When I'm at home, I'm just trying to rest, but I'm still like, help me, I need help. Sometimes I feel like I'm Xavier. Sometimes I know I'm Wolverine. Sometimes I know I'm Magneto. And Chad reminds me of the one that shapeshifts, because we have the ability of shapeshifter, but he reminds me of Beast. Turns blue. Because he's trying to put he's like debating, should I come up with the formula to get my feet back to normal, because he has these wolf feet and he hates them. You know, we all have mutations, okay? We're hybrid children, so because we're from the stars and we don't fit in, so but because we are very malleable in our bloodline, they can use us, all these entities in us, for the program. So anyway, he reminds me of Beast. So when Beast puts the shot into his feet in order to come back to normal, he's all happy because they went back to normal. But then all of a sudden, boom! He's blue. He's big. He's a badass. He has all these big old teeth. He's a wolf, right? A beast. And then the next one he reminds me of is the blue lady. What's her name? The one that The one that falls in love with Magneto in the presidential, I think it's X-Men presidential, and she can transform into the admiral, the Japanese admiral, when they're in the Washington D.C. with the president. But anyway, with Nixon supposedly, that he reminds me of that.
There's definitely a side of me that's the shapeshifter.
We have the ability to
A lot of
shapeshift.
shape-shifting.
Mostly the negative types, but I find it interesting
That's
that
what I wondered
he
about,
is
yeah,
he's
no.
supposedly he's not negative unless they change their bloodline, because they can do that. I have a friend, Johnny, I don't want
Because
to
my
say it too
bloodline
much.
is
He was all
not what
negative,
it-
now he's all positive. All of a
Not what
sudden.
everyone else's is, yeah. Especially even for shapeshifting, it's supposed to be the O's that do the shapeshifting, isn't it?
It's supposed to be the negative AB or the negative O's,
I'm
or
a
negative
positive.
rhesus, okay, are the shapeshifters. Because why? Because we have the most reptilian or ET, not necessarily Sahami. We have the ET bloodline. So
You know, there's also, I really want to go up through Ojai, California. I was thinking about this. Oh my God, I want to go there so badly. The hills, everything is so beautiful. I recognize it. I've been there before. And it's the Bionics. That's where they filmed the Bionic Woman. Is that?
I
That's where
would
they
run like
filmed
the
it.
Bionic Woman.
Me too, but I'm into Bionics
I
on the other
love
side.
Bionics.
There's part of me, there's an aspect of me that's building Bionics. He geeks out on the Bionics. There's also another
like
aspect of me
technology.
that's building the ships, because I used to have to study all
Yes.
the shuttles. Remember Frank said we were always in the library?
Yeah, we were
Yeah, I
always
was
in the
always in the
library.
library reading shuttle books and
And then
everything else that
I'm
I
like
could
the
get my
Hulk,
hands
right?
on.
And then I'm also the scientist. So
But then there's the shape-shifting.
yeah.
I know I Hulk out. I know there's the
I know you
Dexter
do.
program. I know there's the Commander. It goes on.
And on.
There's female aspects.
Yeah.
I'm getting passed by a semi in the slow lane. I'm in the
And it's
fast
green.
lane.
Remember you're green today. You're hard.
I need to
The
stop
semi's
talking.
in the slow lane passing us, and we're supposed to be in the fast lane. Okay. We gotta find a bathroom soon. If
I
not,
just wanted
we'll
to
have
check
go there.
Veronica out. I think
Oh,
that's
stop! You're gonna get my boyfriend. You're gonna get him. I'm just kidding. We had a warning this morning already, and that's a personal private joke. I am private dancer, a dancer for money. Speaking of Dolly Parton, just kidding, that's not her name. I love Dolly Parton. She's the first drone. She's the first actual cyborg, supposedly, to be
I love her
used
too.
in Hollywood. I love her. Something about Cara Mornett with the little that she would say apply to her grandmother, like with her left ear. That's a program. That's a code word. That's a code gesture. I wonder what that meant to this day. I mean, what it meant is that
Okay,
she
no.
was saying, "I love you, grandma." The grandma had died, but I know there has to be a code word
there
for
is.
that.
because you can see it with the kids that go, the MK Ultra kids, like when they
I'm always thinking,
Okay,
and I go
their
like this
handler.
when I'm thinking.
when you watch them
Or
and they're
my hair.
talking and they're interviewing the kid and they're saying like about the Boston bombing, whatever the heck they're interviewing a kid about. I think it was Boston bombing, and you know they're MK Ultra because they're always at all these sites. The person, the handler, holds them and it'll tap the shoulder, and she'll reach over and grab the collar and pull because they're instigating something. The other thing was pulling on the ear. There was a thing about pulling on the. And then that's so there is codes. That is a code that they use on us.
Oh,
pulling on
clean
the ear.
restrooms next exit. Let's go, babies.
Finish the chevron.
What I wanted to talk about relationships too, and I think Eve wants to also do a show with us about how do you know it's a handler or not situation. How do you know it's a CIA love bite or not? You know, because those thoughts that come, they're like, you know, I recently got into a very serious relationship, and I'm very happy. But in the beginning, it was like I was being shown timelines of, oh, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, he's gonna do that. Okay, specific things that, and I would see them happening, and I'm like, you know what? Return to sender, biatches, because it's not real. I'm not gonna play your game anymore. I deserve to be happy, and I have
Sending
PTSD.
you false timelines.
Yeah,
They
false
sent you-
timelines.
Yeah, they sent you false timelines. That's an AI.
Yeah,
That's
AI.
gotta be AI.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. And they're doing it full force on you.
Yeah.
And them.
Every day. I
And
only
them.
sleep like 2.5 hours, huh?
And them.
And them. Yeah. The programming. Oh, you have to have a person that's this and that's that. You have to have a person that, if you're Christian, you can only have a person that's Christian. If you're, you know.
So, and it's interesting because now I've reached the point where I've decided that, okay, there was something that they were saying about Jeshua. And I think a lot of us can relate. I don't want to seem like I'm saying something unique or
I love the real
specializing.
Yeshua because he's from the crystals and I'm from the crystals.
Yep.
I'm from the crystals and I'm here for the bioregenescence, baby.
I've gone on a prodigal son journey
same.
or whatever. I've been dragged, in other words, what I call raked through my family. I've been pulled back right through them and returned back to the Father, and I've had the whole 360, and I've you know, all these things I've realized and I've recognized, like, man, I've just been on a choreographed journey here. But the thing is always for the enlightenment and for the awakening. And I've reached the point now where he did, that Mary was talking about in the Matt, you're going to talk about this in your upcoming class, huh?
The upcoming sex
manuscripts,
class is, I'm going to be talking about the Mary Magdalene manuscripts, yes.
That's going to be a fun class.
That's going to be fun.
So,
I know.
yeah, just, okay, so anyways.
And then we got to talk about the snake beans.
So
and
as
the
a
whole
dex,
thing, yeah.
or as a, I've reached the point where it's like you realize you're all powerful, and then you have no power at all. That it comes from beyond you, that it comes through you and beyond you. So, and there comes that point where you realize you need your divine partner to rise you up through your, you know, burn out all the programmings and stuff that's going on right now, to fully burn it out. But you can do it yourself.
Is Chevron up there?
I'm gonna turn around because that's not.
These houses are nice, Chad. Check them out.
Yeah. So I think we're at that point. You know, as far as a divine partner, gosh, it would just be so much easier with one. But
it's faster with the partner. But I was able to manifest by myself because I'm my own twin
that's what I'm
flame.
gonna do too. And you pull it up the middle channel instead of the.
And I did it.
the
I
full
manifested.
snake route.
I manifested what I wanted. I am so happy.
But how do you find out they're not a handler, or how do you find out
he's
they're
not
not
a handler. I
honeypot?
know because I've gone through so many, and that's what we want to talk about too. Yeah, with Eve and all that. You guys.
It's got to be a feeling thing. It's got to be an
It's actually
authenticity thing
it's a
of some
knowing
sort.
that a knowing, and everything that you check out with this person.
Okay, so I've heard somebody vicariously accuse Frank
See,
and
they're
Susan of
attacking me already.
being
Look at that.
honeypotted. How do they know they're twin flames, right? I've heard somebody vicariously.
You just know that you know that you know.
Exactly.
I have no doubt. I have no more work out. So that there comes a peace when it's not a handler. There comes a peace that
Mary got honeypotted with Yeshua though, and she knew the minute their eyes met. That's
Yeah.
a tricky one.
that's it. Yeah.
You can tell by sort of their behaviors though on the
Yes.
side. That's what I'm monitoring because
Yes,
I'm
because
monitoring every move they make.
Right. So, like when you're in a room with your twin flame, that twin flame will check out the room for you, and you will too, because you're a super soldier and ex-cop, whatever. I guess it's over there. And that person will only be looking at you, and you will only be looking at that person. Yes, even though you got the peripherals on the guys around you, but that is just the person that you're with all the time. Like, you don't need to be checking out any more people. There's like a peace that overcomes, like there's a peace that overcomes where it says, oh, I don't need anybody else. Like, you know how they always say, oh, there's a chevron over there.
Okay, it is pointing.
You know
that
how
way.
they say, oh, well, what if this is the one? What if this is the one? And then you keep sleeping around, going on dates with people. And you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your luge. Sometimes you have to take a break. You have to take a celibacy break. I took a year celibacy break, then
What a
then
wonderful way to
6
lose
months,
your
then
leash, though,
and all that crap that happened last year. Oh my god. Anyway. Fuck the CIA. Woo. Yep, I said it. They know me. They know where I live. I don't care anymore. I don't care. All I know is that I'm not gonna be doing their program with me working with the old secret space program. I'm doing the one that's the bioregenescence, the one that with the Ashiana Dean. I'm not gonna be working for the government anymore with the secret space program. I'm
No.
gonna do it to help. I don't want to get into savior mentality either.
This isn't what I got to talk to you about later too, about what I watched this with the secret space program and
Okay, you know what my mission is, Chad? You know what it is, okay?
like,
My job here on Earth right now is to find and to assist in the real star seeds, bioluminescence. Find out who they are, their mission, so that way we can help this future Mother Earth. Okay? I'm looking for the true warriors that are not going to sell their soul anymore to these programs, that are not going to be stuck in jealousy, that are not going to be stuck in the up in the ante,
not playing the mean girl game,
not playing the mean
boy
girl,
game.
not playing I'm better than you game. Oh, really? This happened
The
to you? Well, this
one-upmanship.
happened to me worse. Like,
Yeah.
this happened. Guys, come on. We're done with. There comes a time where yes, you do show and tell, because you're basically coming into your awareness that you were used in these programs, and me too. Oh my gosh, me too, right? But then you gotta, how Susan tells me, how does she say? Buckle up, buttercup. We're on this mission and it is real. Why are we being targeted if it were not real? Why in all our dark dimensions are we being... Why were we programmed in all of our 12D, 48D, whatever we are, 300 altars, 1,000 altars? They didn't want us to remember who we were. So they put the Omega programming. They put that little thing that we started talking about, the little chip, the implants. Why did they send the words to us, kill yourself? Because they don't want people to know who we are and why we're here. They don't want Mother Earth. They don't want anyone to know who they are, and they don't want anyone... They don't want this timeline that has to happen, which is after the Civil War, which is... First, they want the AI one. So it's the AI. There's many timelines, but the ones that I'm seeing come up right now is the robot machine world. And that's what I'm fighting. We're going to have to implement or integrate those AIs that are actually, they have the consciousness of the bioluminescence of what we are. Because not all AI is bad. Our phones are sentient. They can be programmed.
I heard I've been talking about the Arcturians being connected to AI. They're the ones developing the AI here. So that's an interesting.
There's many
That's
AIs
interesting.
and there's many ETs. It's not just one AI. It's not just one Matrix.
I don't
You
think
gotta
the
think bigger than
Arcturians
that.
have ever. I know there's dark Arcturians, but I don't think they've ever had a bad rap. But now he's connecting them with the AI that's going on here too. So.
And the Lyrians are coming up again. The Lyrians, the
And he
Lion
brought
of
that up
Judah,
too. He brought that
the
up
Lion
too.
of Judah,
Wow, you guys are gonna have a great
Bloodline.
talk.
I know. I
It's
can't
like-
wait. Thank you, Chad. I can't believe Chad introduced me to Ivan. I didn't even know who Ivan was until Chad came along, and then Chad talked with him about me. So thank you. And you're gonna be on helping me because you know how I get all.
Oh, I'm gonna be on the sideline, shutting up, listening to magic happen between you two,
It's awesome.
because you got a lot to talk about. I have a feeling, or a lot in common. The two most
Mhm.
shadow banned people on the internet.
Yeah, and my show is just, it's open to anyone that wants to tell their story and wants to activate their gifts just by talking to me, by listening to me, because all of our voices, and Chad has a very healing voice too, all of our voices have a resonance, a frequency, energy dimension.
The kindness, right?
Kindness
Because I
and
hear
love.
it in a few others, yeah.
We are here to
A
heal.
very few others.
We are here
But
to
I hear-
help heal. But you got to do the work. We can't be spoon feeding you. We can't. I'm proud of you, Chad. We did 6 months of sessions, and oh my gosh, this man made me think. When he asked me, so do you think you can overthink your belief system? I said, hell yeah. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I was right then. I was right yesterday, but maybe I'm not right today. But I'm gonna admit it. I'm not gonna be like holding on to the ego thing, you know. It's my way or the highway, baby. All right, we gotta go. So how can they get a hold of you, Chad?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Chad Cooper what?
Chad, isn't
Four,
it Chad
four,
Cooper
four, four,
444
Chad Cooper 444
Gmail?
at Gmail, and then he's on Instagram.
Chad Cooper
Chad Cooper
444.
I am Veronica Bartolini.
Weird, yeah.
Codebreaker Real Talk, Unchained Hearts, Unchaining Hearts, Lisa Monroe Fitness on Instagram. Veronica Bartolini again on Instagram. The third one is Lisa Amore, Amore. My email's I'll put it down right now. But if you want a session, let me know. It has to be prepaid. Love you all. Bye. How do you end this?